So they have started the hearings for the Twitter files, I guess essentially is what I would call it. But basically, the Twitter 1.0 authorities in trust and safety, as well as some of the executives of the company, which, why isn't Jack Dorsey there? Hold on. I'm not sure if Jack Dorsey is there. I haven't seen him in any of that. And if not, that's a problem. But anyways, let me go back into what I'm saying. But yeah, so the Twitter hearings for these execs and the heads of the trust and safety, including Yoel Roth, Vijaya Gadde, Jim Baker, and several other all-star cast members, are all being sat in front of Congress now and made to speak, answer for their actions. And of course, answering for your actions in this capacity basically means avoiding accountability for your actions and spreading as much misinformation as you can, omitting as much as you can from the story, rhetorically avoiding incrimination. And that's exactly what we've been seeing, except it's done so poorly that it's laughable. But I do have to give them some credit. They're so screwed with evidence that there is no way to rhetorically cut your way out of this wet paper bag. It's not going to work. There's too much information. You know, people like Yoel, and I don't know if he is actually this delusional or if he is just trying to appeal to the human nature of people to feel bad about him when he talks about things like how he was in fear for his life and how he had to leave his home when the Daily Mail let his address out. I don't care either way. I really wouldn't care if they cooked you up and served you with a side of yum yum sauce, to be honest with you. And it's not because of your ethnic religion, whatever the hell that means. But what I will say is that I am so happy that you were getting fried up in a dish by people like Byron Donalds, people like Lauren Boebert, people like, who else was getting on them? Oh, man. I forgot. I didn't watch the full thing. I just saw a few highlights. But, what was the other dude's name when I was watching? You know how this stuff goes with these politicians. You can't remember them all unless you're, a real deal politico, which I would not consider myself just yet. I'm just a person who likes to see change towards the nation that I want. And does that mean that I collect the stats of these politicians like baseball cards? Only so far as it is needed so that I can make a relatively educated decision when it comes time for me to do my part in choosing during election time. And that does require paying attention to them in the off season when they're actually making actions, to see if their policy and what they do actually lines up with what they say that they're going to do. For people like Lauren Boebert, for people like Byron Donalds, I would say that I am pleased to see what they've been doing. Like, that is how I was hoping that the Twitter hearings would go. Hopefully, this isn't just a show hearing because, bringing them out, tarring and feathering them in the public square like they tried to do to so many conservative politicians on Twitter is one thing. That's payback. But if you want to actually promote change or let it be known that these types of behaviors are absolutely unacceptable, then we have to pursue this to the furthest extent of the law. So that's hopefully what we see done by the end of this situation. I didn't watch the full hearing. I think I don't remember if I said that at the beginning of this or not. I didn't watch it. I just watched a lot of highlights. So I'm sure more pieces of it will be coming out. Who's going to sit there and really watch a whole 4-hour hearing? I would if I had infinite time in my day. But the truth of the matter is that I wouldn't even have the time to sit down and watch that in full. I'd have to break it into pieces. So maybe that's what I'll do. Also, wow, what else was it that I wanted to watch? Oh, the Timcast, where he talks to all of the members of Congress after that, you know? He may be having his issues that are going on right now that I may feel a way about with the Eliza Blue situation. But the thing about it is content is content. And there are certain levels of things that people can do where I would not want to continue to support their content. But I don't think that Tim's at that level right now. I haven't even unsubscribed. I just think that the isolated situation with Eliza Blue will be dealt with appropriately and accordingly. And, I'm not he has more dedicated fans that he has to answer to if he gives a darn about what anybody thinks as far as that goes. But I do want to see that content because I'll be honest with you, before giving it a view, I click on the video, I press pause, and I wanted to see what his comment section said. And all of them are saying that it's one of the greatest pods that he's ever put out. And I'm sure a lot of those are people who are flooding to the podcast from the Congress people's fan base, because it was not the same. Like, if you go look at the comment thread or the comment section in the YouTube, the Timcast the day before compared to when he had all of them on, it's night and day, and that's inarguable. And you can sit there and try and say that those were all the quarterings people in there, but dude, that is not accurate at all. Like, you just had a bunch of Congress people on. It would be very strange to think or to exclude that it couldn't be their fans coming in there and leaving the positive comments, which is a good thing. But I'm sure that some people are going to try and use this as an excuse to say, see, all of the people who were leaving those negative comments were just trolls in the Timcast YouTube channel. And that's just not going to be the truth, man. You just you brought on a whole bunch of people who have a whole bunch of fans. So it brought a whole influx of new viewers, which is a very smart move. I'm not saying that they did this strategically to offset the Eliza Blue situation, because that would be way too much to coordinate. That would involve Congress being in session for the Twitter hearings. That the Twitter hearings haven't happened right then, and them knowing all that was going to happen right after the Eliza Blue situation, and them having planned in advance to coordinate all of these Congress people to be there at the same time, which is literally impossible. So don't let anybody try and say that they're running cover for that. But it is very convenient, and I would definitely utilize that. And like I'm saying right now, after the fact, you will see them say, you see in that comment section, nobody cares about that Eliza Blue situation. They want to see this kind of content. And they're right. Me personally, more than I give a crap about Eliza Blue, I do care about what the Congress people who run our nation have to say and what they're doing. So kudos to you for that. But it doesn't make the other situation completely irrelevant. I've gotten very far off topic from the original in this video, as I usually do, but it all kind of ties together, doesn't it? Anyways, Twitter files, hearings going on yesterday, probably will continue today. I'm not sure how long they're going to be, but they should be long. Yeah, it should be hopefully they roast them for a long time, slowly but surely over an open flame, like a Burger King Whopper.